All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Nndm, Nano Dimensions. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, and to all my subscribers, welcome back. And before we actually go and dive into this chart, I do want to state some things about something I want to try that's new and different. And I just want to do it so that we can all engage in conversation. And even if somebody misses it, somebody that knows the answer can write it down and then go from there. But the one thing I want to do is a trivia question at the end of the video. So once I'm done explaining the whole chart, I'm going to do engaging questions. And I'm going to do one question per day, but it's going to pertain to the chart so that we can memorize these things and remember them. I hope that you guys find that information helpful and valuable, and if there's anything I need to tweak, I'll change it, and if you guys don't like it, I respect it and we won't do it anymore. But I hope that by me doing that, you guys will be able to memorize certain things about certain charts, and as I keep doing it, you guys will all answer them, you guys will catch on, and you guys will learn if there's anything for you guys to learn. And if there's nothing there to really learn, but at least you guys can grasp it because it pertains to the chart, I hope that it's actually some value to you guys. So we're going to try this out and we're going to see how it goes. So let's jump into this chart. The highest point that Nano has reached in the recent run was $6 to the T. And it started to dip. It reached 470. It brought itself back up and it hit 580. Since that point, since 580, it has started to run down, right? We've seen it reach new lows. And the most recent low was down here. It was touched twice at 268, and it has rebounded since. Now, we're above the 50-day moving average, which means we are in bullish territory. Super important to keep that in mind. We are in bullish territory, and as long as we stay above it, the bulls are in control. Now, the bears are going to try everything they can to bring it back down because this has been in bearish territory for quite some time. It lasted in bullish territory for a really small amount of time previously, but for most of this trajectory in the downward trend, it was in bearish territory. So we're going to move our resistance and support to their new locations, but something I do want to point out is how resistance was used as support, and it ran up to a new high here of about 318 recently, and it started to level off, and we're slightly still above it at 303. So super important to keep that in mind. So we're going to look at this a little bit closer, and then we're going to look at this a little bit broader so that we can keep in mind some important numbers for the coming days and also for tomorrow. So here we are with our new points of reference, and I'm using the resistance as the highest point reached before it started to fall. And then here we have our lowest point of the day. So the highest point reached was 318. That's what the bulls really want to break through to reach new highs and new resistance levels. But before getting there, they need to break through the first resistance level, and that is 311. By breaking through 311, they'll be able to use it as support, pull away from it, and reach new highs and new resistance levels, pulling away from the 50-day moving average, confirming that they're above bullish territory and reaching new highs. So our 50-day moving average is 294. I'd write that down. Super important number. As long as we're above it, we're in bullish territory. The moment we're below it, we're in bearish territory. So super important to keep that in mind. So the bulls need to break through 311 to continue this momentum before the bears gain control. Now, the support is the lowest point reached after this bullish run, and that's 298. The bears are going to want to break through this, and I want to emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to the behavior between 298 and 294, because that's that last window before leaving bullish territory and falling into bearish territory. So you want to pay close attention to the behavior of this stock. How quickly is it hitting newer lows? How quickly is it hitting new support levels? And how quickly is it getting closer to the 50-day moving average? Because if it crosses it, we are now in bearish territory, and the bears could start to gain control and leverage over this chart. Their next point of reference would be right here as the next support level at 287. Super important to keep that in mind. 287 would be the first support level within bearish territory before hitting newer lows and new support levels after breaking through 294. That's an important support level if this falls into bearish territory. Now, before it breaks through 298, it will be important to pay close attention to the behavior, because within that small window of 4 cents, the bulls could reappear and bring this one back up. But their goal will be a little bit harder because they're a little bit further now, since it dipped a little bit, to reach that resistance level. But they still need to break through it. 311 needs to be broken through, turn into a support, so that the bulls can pull away and continue that momentum. Now, as always, if you guys found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you'll watch this video. So, trivia question. I had stated about the lowest point that this stock reached and why it's important, and it was actually touched several times. How many times was it touched when it reached those lows, and what is that low in the trajectory since it started to fall from $6, and it created a support, and we've bounced back and we're slightly above the 50-day moving average? So how many times was it touched, and what was that low? I look forward to seeing your guys' comments down below and engaging in conversation with one another. And do not bash anybody if they get it wrong. We're all here to learn together and grow. So I look forward to your guys' support on each other and also your guys' engagement down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. In that video, I'll be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. On these scheduled dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. And if the S&P 500 index is rising up several points, you might be asking yourself, well, what does that mean for us as investors? Well, the S&P 500 is rising up, and there's individual ticker symbols within it rising up with it on these scheduled dates. The charts show it for themselves. I put the dates in the charts side by side so that you guys can go ahead and see. They speak for themselves. It's not a strategy to maximize profit or, stating that you're going to guarantee your profits, or I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything. I'm just there to share with everyone that there's an opportunity to go ahead and make profits by minimizing your losses with this strategy, and also with the charts. Actually, you need to do your due diligence and research, but the charts show you what are the cues that you might want to be looking for and how this is reacting on these pumps. It's not guaranteed money. I don't want to state it like that, and I don't want anybody to think that. It's just information that I want to pass along that a lot of people are overlooking. And the charts speak for themselves. They show it. And on these dates, the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets, making the S&P 500 index rise with it as well. There are individual ticker symbols rising up too. So check out the video. Click on it. I don't want you guys to miss out on it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.